Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to start 2.4 The Fall of Troy. Page number 39, The Fall of Troy. So this page is reduced from the syllabus. So let us continue. Page number 40, The Fall of Troy, Part 1. Epics are long poems that relate the deeds of a great national hero or a great national war. They often tell of a nation's early history. They may be composed and sung or recited for many years before they are actually written down. So, as you know, all of us, that epics are long poems like Ramayana and Mahabharata. So, these epics or the poems are related to the great deeds of a national hero or great deeds of the national war, and they often tell of nation's early history. So these epics tell us the nation's early history. Actually, these epics are not were not in written, but they may be composed and sung or recited for many years before they are actually written down. Before actually written down, these epics were recited or sung many years, and after that someone came and he wrote down. The two famous Sanskrit epics are the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, and the two great epics of European literature written in ancient Greek are the Iliad and the Odyssey. In India, these are the greatest examples of the epics, means the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, as you know, all of us. And the two great epics of European literature written in ancient Greek are the Iliad and the Odyssey. As same Ramayana and Mahabharata, in ancient Greek there were also the epics Iliad and the Odyssey. So just as in Indian literature we go back to stories from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, so in the literature of Western countries they go back to the Iliad and the Odyssey. At same, we go back the stories of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. So in Greek, in ancient Greek, so they also, if they go back, the Iliad and the Odyssey. These are the great epics in ancient Greek. Just as children all over India know the names of stories of Rama and Sita, Yudhishthira and Arjuna and Draupadi, so children in Western countries know the names of Hector and Odysseus. So in India, if we ask to someone child or children about the Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are aware of these things. They are well known about the Ramayana and Mahabharata, and also they are well known about the characters of Ramayana and Mahabharata. Mahabharata, Ramayana in the Sita, Lakshman, Ram, and in Mahabharata, Arjun, Yudhishthira, Draupadi. So about these characters, all children can know. And so in Western countries know the names of the Hector and the Odysseus and Achilles and Helen of Troy. So these were the most famous characters in these epics, and the Odyssey and the Iliad. So these are the most famous characters, Hector and Odysseus and Achilles and Helen of Troy. Just like Rama, Sita, Lakshman, Yudhishthira. So Ramayana and Mahabharata's characters are there. These are very famous, and one-to-one children can know about these characters. So and same in Western countries, the Hector, Odysseus, and Achilles and Helen of Troy. So these are the beautiful characters, and all of them, most of the guys have know about these things, about these characters. The most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Troy, the most beautiful in the world, which was mentioned in the epics in Western countries, because of whom the Greek and Trojans fought for 10 long years. Because of whom the Greek and Trojans fought for 10 long years. She was the most beautiful woman who Helen of Troy, and because of Helen of Troy, so the Greek and Trojans fought for 10 long years. How many years they fought? For 10 long years they fought because of this beautiful woman Helen of Troy. So, and it was mentioned in these epics of Greek, that the Iliad and the Odyssey. Nobody knows for certain who the author of these early epics is. It is thought that they arose and developed with the nations itself and were handed down from singer to singer till perhaps one great poet gave them their final form. Actually, nobody knows for certain who author of these early epics. Who were the authors in early days who had written these epics? No one knows. But it is thought that they arose and developed with the nation itself and were handed down from singer to singer. Still, perhaps one great poet gave them their final poem. Actually, these epics were recited, used to recite or sing, for many years, for a long period. But after that, someone came and who written these epics, gave the formal format in written. It is believed that the Iliad and the Odyssey were composed and recited by a blind poet named Homer. The ancient Greek literature, Iliad and the Odyssey. Actually, these were the used to recite and for many years or sung for many years. And it is believed that these great epics, Iliad and Odyssey, were composed and recited by a blind poet named Homer. In the ancient time, it is believed that there was a great poet, he was a blind man, and he composed and recited that the Iliad and the Odyssey epics according to their mythology. Who lived about 900 BC and who wandered from one Greek city or village to another, singing his poems to all who would receive him in their homes and gave him hospitality. And this wandering singer has been honored through the ages, not only in Greece but in all Europe, as the father of European poetry. Who is considered as a father of European poetry? That is that Homer. He was a blind man, he was a blind poet, and he was composed the Odyssey and Iliad, the epics of the great, Greek, ancient Greek. And so he lived about 900 BC, before Christ era. And he wandered from one Greek city or village to another. Just he used to wander from one place to another place, from one city to another city, or from one village to another village. And just he was singing his poems to all who would receive him in their homes and give him hospitality. And so someone comes and someone greets him and receive him his home. So he used to receive this, Odyssey epics in their homes and gave him hospitality. This wandering singer has been honored through the ages, not only in Greece but in all Europe. And so the blind poet Homer, he was honored through the ages, not only in Greece but also in Europe. He was honored, and he was considered as a father of European poetry, whom the Homer, the blind poet, who was composed and written the Iliad and the Odyssey epics in ancient Greek. The Iliad is the story of Ilium or Troy, a rich trading city in Asia Minor near the narrow sea that leads from the Aegean to the Black Sea. It was well situated both for commerce and agriculture. In front of the city was the sea, over which sailed the ships of Troy. The Iliad is the epics of ancient Greek, and that Iliad, that is the name of the city. That is the story of Ilium or Troy, a rich trading city, the commerce. That Iliad is the story of Ilium or Troy, which was a rich trading city in Asia Minor, near the narrow sea that leads from the Aegean to the Black Sea. It was well situated. That Ilium or Troy, that city was situated beautifully, both for commerce and agriculture. It was famous for agriculture and commerce, and in front of the city was the sea. It was beautifully situated. The structure was very, well, and that city, in front of the city, there was sea. There was sea in front of the city. Was the sea over which sailed the ships Troy, carrying goods and grain. In front of the city there was a sea, and where the ships were sailed and carrying the goods and grain. At the back rose the high peak of Mount Ida, from which flowed many rivers and streams. The valleys among the hills were well watered and fertile, with corn growing in fertile fields and cattle feeding on the rich grass of the meadows, while sheep fed on the slopes of the hills. That city, Troy city, was beautifully structured, beautifully situated, and in front of the city there was a beautiful sea where the ships were carrying goods and grain. And at the back rose the high peak of Mount Ida. Back of the city there was a Mount Ida, and from which flowed many rivers and streams. So many rivers and streams were flowing down the hills, down the Mount Ida, and the valleys among the hills were well watered and fertile. The valleys among the hills, beautiful hills were there, and which were well watered and fertile, with corn growing in fertile fields and cattle feeding on rich grass of the meadows. There were the beautiful meadows, beautiful plain grounds, which were covered by the grass, and where the cows or cattle were growing. Cattle were, feeding on the rich grass of the meadows, while sheep feed on the slopes of the hills. How it was a beautiful scene! How it was a beautiful scenery! Because it was a fertile valley, beautiful trees and bushes were there. That the rivers and the streams were flowing down the mount, and the cattle were feeding and the rich grass of the meadows. The sheep fed on the slopes of the hills. So you can imagine how it was wonderful scene, how it was a beautiful scene, the Mount Ida, which was back of the Troy city. And what was in front of the Troy city? It was a beautiful sea where the ships were carrying goods and grain. So let us stop here, and we will continue in the next video. Thank you.